Hello everyone, welcome back to my workshop for another of my little Jeti training videos. And this question was posed by Bob on one of the Facebook Jeti groups. He has an assist gyro which is set up like this with a 3-position switch for the assist mode, so assist off, normal damping mode, heading hold mode. What he wants is that when he puts the gear switch down, the gyro stabilizes the nose leg, and when he puts the gear switch up, the gyro stops stabilizing the nose leg. And also he wants, when he switches it down, the gyro stabilization of the nose leg does not come in straight away. It waits until the leg is down, and there can be very good reasons for this. Sometimes the yoke on the wheel can be very tight in the space, and if the thing's rotating it can jam inside the aircraft. And some steering systems rely on the leg having a little pin at the front of it, which then engages in the steering yoke on the retract, but only once the leg is fully down. So you don't want it to be rotating around the servo to be rotating the steering yoke because of the gyro until the nose leg's all the way down and engaged, otherwise it would miss. So all of these can be solved, and this is how we'd go about it. Well, the first obvious question to ask is, do you really need the heading hold mode? Just because that's the way Jeti suggests in the instructions and that's how an assist would default to, doesn't mean that you need to have it. Most of my planes I fly without a mode switch at all, just locked on mode 1, which set as normal damping. And the answer from Bob was yes, I want at times to use heading hold for some of the aerobatics, so I need to be able to switch between normal damping and heading hold. Well, that's fine, but we need to have the 3 modes available then for normal damping and heading hold with the nose leg stabilization switched off, and a normal damping mode with the nose leg stabilization switched on. So that's the 3 assist modes taken up. So we need to get rid of the off setting in the modes, and we do that by choosing a different switch on my transmitter. Be quiet, dear. It's this switch here, over here where my finger is, 2-position switch, and assist very kindly allows us a pure on-off feature. So if we go to the channel assignment, assign the additional channels, there we are, assist off, go into that, edit it. Now I've already set up the function and the channel to do this. So if you're busy flicking switches and nothing's happening, it's because you forgot to do that, as I often do myself sometimes. So I put the switch in the position where I want assist to be working. Then I press edit, and as it flashes, move the switch to the position I want the assist to be off. It finds that, says OK, that's fine. So now the assist will go on and off as per the master switch over here. That means I can free up the stabilization modes. So here, now I no longer need an assist off at mode 1. I've got my 3-position switch here. We can see the active mode here, 1, 2, 3. So what we're going to do is make mode 2 the gear down position. So that will have nose wheel stabilization. The other 2 positions will not, and therefore we need this one to be a normal damping. Mode 2 will be gear down, normal damping, and mode 3 will be the gear up, heading hold. So now we need to remove steering from modes 1 and 3. So we go into edit. Let's have a look. Yaw is the right hand column, 3 there. So we go into there, switch it off. Say OK to that. Oh, it's backed all the way out. How annoying. Come down to there, heading hold, edit. Once again, remove the steer. There we are. And in mode 2, we don't remove the steering. So we'll just show that that's still in there. There, steering will be stabilized. Good. So at the moment then, our 3-position switch switches between mode 1, which is normal damping, no steering gyro. Mode 2, normal damping with steering gyro. Mode 3, heading hold without steering gyro. Do remember, these are just for the gyro. That does not switch off your steering control at the stick. Obviously, you do that in something like the steering dual rate or whatever you like. Now, what I would strongly suggest here is that you move from a 3-position switch to a 2-position switch, so that when you're flying around, you don't accidentally go and select the normal damping with the nose wheel steering gyro active. So we'll just go over and do that. Functions assignment, mode switch, I'll change that one. Now let's go back into the assist and check that our 2-position switch is doing the modes. Okay, active mode 1, I'll move that switch. Active mode 3, there. So now there's no risk of picking up the wrong mode. But let's suppose you have to have the 3-position switch because it's the one you use, or you haven't got a 2-position switch available, whatever, it's your choice. If we go back to the function assignment, come down to the mode switch, clear it out, move our 3-position switch. Because it's a 3-position switch, it defaults to being proportional. We don't want that. Let's put it in the heading mode position, remove proportional, clear it, and move it again, clear that again. I wanted that one really. There we are. Now what will happen is, with the switch in position there, it's at plus 100%, and with the switch in the other 2 positions, it's at minus 100%. So there is no chance of picking the middle position, mode 2. You'll get mode 1, mode 3, mode 3, mode 3, mode 1. Okay, just to make things easier for this, we'll put it back to the 2-position switch. And that will do that bit of it. So now, how do we force it to have mode 2, which is 0%, when the gear switches down? Well, the easiest way to force anything to the 0% is to mix itself to itself at minus 100%. You were probably thinking logic switches to switch something off, but the logic switch will send the output to minus 100%. So we go to fine tuning, a free mix, add from the mode to the mode, going to advanced, master value will be minus 100%, and the switch will be the gear switch in the down position. So it's up, activate the field, send it down, say OK. And let's have a look at the servo output for the mode. I'll bring the gear up, press the mode, mode channel 6 there, 100%. I move the 2-position switch goes to -100. So the 2-position switch is switching between the modes, and we'll prove it in a moment. But if I put the gear down, that will go to 0%. And it doesn't matter what I do with my normal or heading hold switch, locks it there. As soon as I bring the gear up, it goes back to controlled by the 2-position switch. Right, let's have a look in the assist then and prove that it's actually switching the assist modes. Okay, gear up, active mode 3. So the 2-position switch should switch between active mode 1 and 3. And it doesn't matter which mode I'm in. If I put the gear down, it should go to active mode 2. There we are. And I can move the switch for my choice of modes. Makes no difference. Gear up, back to my choice of mode there. So the one remaining thing to do is give it a delay. Now, you can use the delay in the mixers, but it's not good for these purposes. We have a look in here, edit that. See, you can come down, you can use the switch delay in one direction. But it's not a delay as I would think of it, which is wait X number of seconds and then do it. What it does is actually ramp from 0 seconds up to X seconds and smoothly moves the control the whole time. Now, the assist is going to think that assist mode 2 is roughly from -33 to +33%. And the maximum delay you can put in here is 10 seconds. And so after about a third of that time, 3 seconds, the servo position, or the output as it were, would have reached the point where assist goes, go to the center, mode 2. And so it's difficult to set here because what you actually get is a fraction of the switch time here because it's a ramp, not an edge. And 3 seconds may be completely inadequate. So we won't use that. We will make use of a logic switch. So we go into here, this one, we'll take that one, enable it, come down, right, control 1. I put the gear in the up position, select it, put the gear down, say OK to that. There'll be no control 2. There won't even be a condition. But what I'm going to come along here is, and I think it'll be this one rather than this one, is change it from a ramp to an edge simply by putting the cursor on it and pressing the programming dial. Watch the symbol change so it changes to an edge. Lovely. So we'll come along here and we'll give it, say, a 5-second delay. So let's switch the gear up. Hopefully this will go to an X straight away. It does. Switch the gear down and it should take 5 seconds and then jump to being the tick mark. There we are. We've picked the right one. That's good. So we say OK to that, come out of there and go back to the free mixes, edit it, and instead of the gear switch, we'll put in that logic switch. So we'll clear that out, add logic switch 1, say OK. Now let's look back in our assist. Modes. Right, I'll put the gear up. Active mode 3 or 1, depending on the 2-position switch. That's good. Now, I'll put it in active mode 1. I'll put the gear down, and hopefully, after 5 seconds, it will go to active mode 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bingo. The mode 1, mode 3 switch has no effect. If I switch the gear up, it should jump back to mode 1 or 3 with no nose gear stabilization straight away. There we are. And that's it. Job done.